So team, I love how Hunter's looking in my eyes and Gabriel's looking in my eyes. Great job. This is a story about an emperor in China. And this emperor, he did not have any kids. So he didn't know who was going to replace him ultimately when he stepped down from being the emperor. So what he did was he gathered all the kids in all of his area, right? He gathered them all together. And he said, I'm going to give you each a seed. I want you to plant the seed, water it, give it sunlight, and take care of it for a whole year. At the end of that year, bring it back. And I'm going to see how you nurtured it and how you helped it grow. That is how I'm going to choose my next emperor. Well, there was a young boy named Ling, right? And Ling, he got his seed and he was so excited. He took it home. He planted his seed right away and really was hoping it was going to grow to be super big and tall. Each month, all the kids met up and they compared their seeds. Ling, however, was noticing his wasn't growing. He was watering it. He put it in sunlight and it just wasn't growing. And every month when all the kids met together, he would see kids have these giant plants, right? And some kids would have plants this big and this big and this big. And he was really upset. Could you imagine that for a second? Close your eyes and imagine you're Ling. And you're going and your plant and your seed has not grown at all. But all these other kids, they have. So what happened was he kept trying. And he did the same thing. He tried really, really hard. Nothing grew. Eventually a year came. And the emperor called all the kids back. And he said, bring your seed, bring your plant, because I want to see how much it's grown. Ling was terrified. Could you imagine that, team, how scared you would be? I know I'd be terrified. Because remember, he didn't have anything. He gets there. The emperor looks out at all the plants and he sees, everyone's plant has grown at least a little bit except for Ling. And the emperor said, obviously a lot of you really want to be my heir. A lot of you really want to be the next emperor. So much so that you would force your seed to grow. And no one really knew what he was talking about, except he called up Ling. He said, Ling, come up here. Ling walks up there. And remember, Ling has nothing. The emperor held it up and said, this is what I expected to see. Because before I gave you a seed, I boiled them to the point to where no seed would grow. So everyone here who has a plant obviously went out and bought another seed. Ling was the only one who kept the exact same seed that I gave him. Ling will be my new heir. He will be the next emperor. That's pretty crazy, right? Now, why did he pick Ling? Well, it's pretty simple. Honesty and integrity and your character is more important than winning the contest sometimes. Well, all the time, right? Because the rest of the kids, they cheated. They went out and they bought another seed. Ling was the only one who stayed true. And that is why Ling was chosen as the new emperor. Because no matter what, he didn't get discouraged. He was nervous, but he didn't quit. He didn't give up. He kept trying, and he tried to do it the right way. So team, that's our lesson of the week this week.